Hi there, and welcome to episode 5 of the virtual Coffeehouse. This time, I'm going to do some songs that children might enjoy. So please feel free to share it with any kids that you think might be entertained. I got to thinking the other day when I saw a balloon fly away. Saw a balloon rise into the sky. Well, I've seen balloons fly above the clouds, but I never saw one come down again. Where do balloons go when they die? Is there a heaven for balloons, my friend? Is there a place to which they go? Or do they simply fade away into the sky? I think that I shall never know. Now an airplane must land somewhere, a rock that's thrown must fall. Bird must come to rest, this we have learned. But when a balloon begins to rise, trailing its little string behind, have you ever known it to return? Is there a heaven for balloons, my friend? Is there a place to which they go? Or do they simply fade away into the sky? I think that I shall never know. Colors gleaming in the sun, dancing with each passing breeze, rising in the air into the sky, then drifting from the warm embrace to gentle clouds and leaves below. So like a spirit does it fly. Is there a heaven for balloons, my friend? Is there a place to which they go? Or do they simply fade away into the sky? I think that I shall never know. My mother used to sing this next song to me when I was just a wee lad. In fact, I think it might be the first song that I ever remember hearing. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I'll always love you and make you happy if you will only do the same. But if you leave me for another, you'll regret it all someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. No, please don't take my sunshine away. No, Please don't take my sunshine away. There are some songs for which the author is unknown. This happens when somebody starts singing one day and the song gets passed down from person to person over time, and at some point everybody sort of forgets who actually started the song. We call these songs traditional songs, and this one is one of them. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, a hole. Then plug it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then plug it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then plug it. With what shall I plug it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I plug it, dear Liza? With what? With straw, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With straw, dear Henry, dear Henry. With straw. But the straw's too long, dear Liza, dear Liza. The straw is too long, dear Liza, too long. Then cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then cut it. With what shall I cut it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza? With what? With the axe, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With the axe, dear Henry, dear Henry. With the axe. But the axe is too dull, dear Liza, dear Liza. The axe is too dull, dear Liza, too dull. Then hone it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then hone it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then hone it. With what shall I hone it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I hone it, dear Liza? With what? With a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a stone. The stone's in the barn, dear Liza, dear Liza. The stone's in the barn, dear Liza, in the barn. Then fetch it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then fetch it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then fetch it. But the barn is on fire, dear Liza, dear Liza. The barn is on fire, dear Liza, on fire. Then douse it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then douse it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then douse it. With what shall I douse it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I douse it, dear Liza? With what? Well, with water, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With water, dear Henry, dear Henry. With water. With what shall I fetch it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I fetch it, dear Liza? With what? Well, with a bucket, you fool, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a bucket. But there's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, a hole. The next two songs are Woody Guthrie classics. Let's go riding in the car. 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 The radio's on, let's sing along. Radio's on, let's sing along. Radio's on, let's sing along. Let's go riding in the car. 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 We'll roll the window down and shout, yee-haw! Roll the window down and shout, yee-haw! Roll the window down and shout, yee-haw! Let's go riding in the car. 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 Daddy's gonna let you blow the horn. Daddy's gonna let you blow the horn. Daddy's gonna let you blow the horn. Hoo-ga, hoo-ga, hoo-ga. Let's go riding in the car. 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 This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water, this land was made for you and me. Well, I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway, I saw below me the Golden Valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water, this land was made for you and me. Well, I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the golden sands of your diamond desert. And all around me, a voice kept sounding, saying this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water, this land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. A gentleman named Gamble Rogers wrote this next song. He was a master storyteller, a great guitarist, and he wrote some very interesting songs. This one will serve as an introduction to the next group of songs that explore the animal kingdom. The elephant and the rabbit, the squirrel and the kangaroo, playing hopscotch in the jungle with nothing much to do. Along came Noah with a troubled look and a blueprint in his hand. Gonna build me a boat to go for wood and go floating on the land. Last night I saw an awful sign while talking to the loon. Big Dipper turned up sideways, pouring silver on the moon. Oh, the bear was strangled in the flood, so swift it was and strong. And a starry ship was sailing there 300 cubits long. Some beaver cut the timber and an elephant laid the keel. Sawfish cut the ribs and planks while termites carved the wheel. And a crew of silkworms spun the sails while hummingbirds took stitch. And bumblebees caulked every seam with black bitumen pitch. Then she sailed above the mountaintops all on the frosty tide. Storm and flood and lightning blast were turned at every side. Oh, the rainbow on Mount Ararat will tell us to this day how the animals built an ark for man and know the perfect way. Jennifer slept in her little bed with dreams of a rabbit in her little head. Jennifer's rabbit, brown and white, left the house and went to town one night, along with a turtle and a kangaroo and 17 monkeys from the city zoo. They went for a ride on an old streetcar. They tried to drive it, but they didn't get far. They all got tired and decided to go to see the people in the picture show. Jennifer's rabbit, white and brown, looked in the windows of the shops downtown. He found a dress for Jennifer to wear and a pretty blue ribbon for her long blonde hair. The rabbit and the turtle and the kangaroo bowed to each other like polite folk do. They went to a shop where the cookies are free, and they all had cookies and oolong tea. Then my, said the turtle as the clock struck 3, the hour is getting very late for me. Not at all, said the rabbit, if you give me a chance, we'll lead all the monkeys in a hula dance. So they danced all night and the moon danced too. Then the turtle and the rabbit and the kangaroo jumped into bed and closed their eyes and were fast asleep before the sun could rise. And Jennifer slept in her little bed with dreams of a rabbit in her little head. Next is another one of those traditional songs. You get the line and I'll get the pole, honey. You get the line and I'll get the pole, babe. You get the line and I'll get the pole. We go down to the crawdad hole, honey, sugar baby mine. Wake up, old man, you sleep too late, honey. Wake up, old man, you sleep too late, babe. Wake up, old man, you sleep too late. Last crawdad's on your plate now, honey, sugar baby mine. Wake up, old woman, you sleep too late, honey. Wake up, old woman, you sleep too late, babe. Wake up, old woman, you sleep too late. Crawdad man done past your gate, honey, sugar baby mine. Along came a man with a sack on his back, honey. Along came a man with a sack on his back, babe. Along came a man with a sack on his back, packed all the crawdads he can pack now, honey, sugar baby mine. What you gonna do when the lake goes dry, honey? What you gonna do when the lake goes dry, babe? What you gonna do when the lake goes dry? Sit on the bank, watch the crawdads die, honey, sugar baby mine. Well, what you gonna do when the crawdads die, honey? What you gonna do when the crawdads die, babe? What you gonna do when the crawdads die? Sit on the bank until I cry now, honey, sugar baby mine. Well, I heard the duck say to the drake, honey. I heard the duck say to the drake, babe. I heard the duck say to the drake, there ain't no crawdads in this lake now, honey, sugar baby mine. Well, you get the line and I'll get the pole, honey. You get the line and I'll get the pole, babe. You get the line and I'll get the pole. We'll go down to the crawdad hole, honey, sugar baby mine. I learned this song from an old friend of mine named Chuck Mitchell. He didn't write it. It was written by a couple of English guys back in the 50s, Flanders and Swan. And they explored the animal world in a very unconventional manner. A bold hippopotamus was standing one day by the banks of the cool Shalimar, and he gazed at the bottom as it peacefully lay by the light of the evening star. And away on a hillside sat combing her hair his fair hippopotami mate. This hippopotamus was no ignoramus. He sang her this sweet serenade. Mud, mud, glorious mud. Nothing's quite like it for soothing the blood. So follow me, follow down to the hollow, and there let us wallow in glorious mud. This fair hippopotama he aimed to entice from her seat on the hillside above. Since she had not got a ma to give her advice, came tippy-toeing down to her love. Like thunder the forest re-echoed the sound of the song that they sang when they met. This inamorata adjusted her garter and lifted her voice in duet. Mud, mud, glorious mud, nothing's quite like it for soothing the blood. So follow me, follow down to the hollow, and there let us wallow in glorious mud. Now more hippopotami began to convene by the banks of that river so wide. And I wonder now, what am I to say of the scene that ensued on the Shalimar side? They dived all at once with an ear-splitting splash, then rose to the surface again. A regular army of hippopotami, all singing this haunting refrain. Mud, mud, glorious mud, nothing's quite like it for soothing the blood. So follow me, follow down to the hollow, and there let us wallow in glorious mud. This is another one of those traditional songs. This one is about a frog. Now, there are many different variations to this song, but this is my fave. Froggy went a-courtin' and he did ride Cha-Willy, Cha-Willy. Froggy went a-courtin' and he did ride Cha-Willy wee. Froggy went a-courtin' and he did ride, asked Miss Mouse to be his bride. Ring-tum-a-riddle-cum, ring-tum-wee, Cha-Willy wee. He said, Miss Mouse, will you marry me? Cha-Willy, Cha-Willy. Said, Miss Mouse, will you marry me? Cha-Willy wee. Said, Miss Mouse, will you marry me? Oh, how happy we will be. Ring-tum-a-riddle-cum, ring-tum-wee, Cha-Willy wee. Without my Uncle Rat's consent, Cha-Willy, Cha-Willy. Without my Uncle Rat's consent, Cha-Willy wee. Without my Uncle Rat's consent, I wouldn't marry the president. Ring-tum-a-riddle-cum, ring-tum-wee, Cha-Willy wee. Uncle Rat laughed until he cried, Cha-Willy, Cha-Willy. Uncle Rat laughed until he cried, Cha-Willy wee. Uncle Rat laughed until he cried to think his niece would be a bride. Ring-tum-a-riddle-cum, ring-tum-wee, Cha-Willy wee. Where will the wedding supper be? Cha-Willy, Cha-Willy. Where will the wedding supper be? Cha-Willy wee. Where will the wedding supper be? Way down yonder in a holler tree. Ring-tum-a-riddle-cum, ring-tum-wee, Cha-Willy wee. First to come was a bumblebee, Cha-Willy, Cha-Willy. First to come was a bumblebee, Cha-Willy wee. First to come was a bumblebee with a cornstalk fiddle upon his knee. Ring-tum-a-riddle-cum, ring-tum-wee, Cha-Willy wee. The next to come was Mr. Flea, Cha-Willy, Cha-Willy. Next to come was Mr. Flea, Cha-Willy wee. Next to come was Mr. Flea, and he was to dance with Miss Mousie. Ring-tum-a-riddle-cum, ring-tum-wee, Cha-Willy wee. The last to come was a big fat duck, Cha-Willy, Cha-Willy. Last to come was a big fat duck, Cha-Willy wee. Last to come was a big fat duck, and she ate all the others up. Ring-tum-a-riddle-cum, ring-tum-wee, Cha-Willy wee. In this next song, Baloo the bear teaches his young human pal, Mowgli, the ways of the world. And as it turns out, it's not bad advice for the ways of today. Look for the bare necessities, those good old bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. Look for those bare necessities. They're Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to find some honey just for me. You look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants and maybe try a few. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. Look for the bare necessities, those good old bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. Look for those bare necessities, the Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life. When you pick a pawpaw or a prickly pear, and you prick the raw paw, next time beware. Don't pick a prickly pear with the paw. When you pick a pear, try to use the claw. You don't have to use the claw when you pick a pear of the big pawpaw. Have I given you a clue? The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. Look for the bare necessities, those good old bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. Look for those bare necessities. Why a bear can rest at ease with just the bare necessities of life. So try and relax. My backyard, you act like that bee, you're working too hard. And don't you spend your time running around thinking about things that can't be found. You find out you can live without it and go along not thinking about it. I'll tell you something true. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. Look for the bare necessities, those good old bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. Look for those bare necessities, they're Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities. Bring the bare necessities. Bring the bare necessities of life. Well, that does it for episode 5. Thanks for joining in. Until next time, stay safe.